Welcome back to part 2 of our two-part Total War Tuesday. It is the beginning of turn 28. I have taken a break and gotten some things done, and now I'm back to record another hour or so of gameplay. Hopefully this time, we're finally going to get to see the conclusion of, or at least the beginning of the conclusion of us taking over Karakazorn. We are well on our way to having a little bit better chance of doing that. Last time we did go to war with these guys officially, and they did not like us raiding their territory. They actually brought both of their armies out to force us to retreat back to our own territory. We also managed to get a third army and mostly fill it out. We are waiting just a couple of turns so that we can recruit some Poison Wind Globadiers, which I have discovered
Hornet One watches me.
is the lowest level unit that you can get with armor piercing. And armor piercing is a real important thing for the Skaven to have when they're facing dwarves. Then the other thing that we noticed that was potentially beneficial to us is that the entire region of Blightwater has been completely overrun by the Karak Azul dwarves. And so this has some real benefits to us in that while focusing on armor penetration units is usually a good idea when you're facing the dwarves, it's not so much the best idea when you're facing other factions that don't exclusively hold armored units. Other units or a variety of armor piercing and other units would be more preferable. And so this way, as we've started to focus our army towards an armor piercing group, we can continue to do that and specialize those armies quite a bit for the future here. If you can hold on for just a moment, I've got a phone call. Okay, that was very unimportant and a waste of my time. So, back to the game. But yeah, we're going to be in a good spot here as we transition our types of buildings towards armor penetration and start moving many armor penetration units into our armies. That does mean that we're not going to be as well suited to deal with the undead on either one of our borders to the east or west, which is a slight concern, but I don't think that we'll have a huge problem with that. We also have the lizardmen over here making a push to the north, and it's looking like they're winning this war. Yeah. It's unfortunate that one faction didn't take over this entire territory that we could then be trading with, but we can see that the Silver Hands or Silver Hosts may be out of here pretty soon, as we do have what looks like a Rebel Tomb King army has risen up. So if they get weakened enough, perhaps the Labaris will take over that region and hold it down for a while. Okay, this was the beginning of the turn, if I recall correctly, so we do have some things to consider doing here. I do want to move these guys a little bit.
This way.
There's no army defending this.
Run, fools.
What does the garrison of this look like? 1, 2 Dwarven warriors with great weapons. Bunch of miners, some quarrelers. Some grudge throwers, yeah. This settlement's too strong for our current army, but we could very easily recruit a stronger army and send it in here. We'll have to see what happens.
Scampus curry.
wondering if maybe Caracas Azul is a little bit weak right now, maybe. Mostly due to the fact that they've spent most of their resources battling the orcs. Okay, how many turns are we off on this? So we're 2 turns away from Globadiers and 2 turns of recruitment after that, so that's 4 turns total. Then we're gonna have to march our way down here. I hope we have enough time for this. We are kind of on the clock with our quest, but we do have this now. We don't need to do this just yet, but we will want to do it when we're ready to send this army down. So let's try to power through a couple of turns here and see if we can't get these dwarves out of our land. I do wish you could kind of move around the map a little bit. It would be nice if you could do some of your actions while all this is going on. But you can't really look at much of anything. We did go ahead and get the raider trait, which is good. More income for raiding. More income is always a welcome thing. We've done really good with our food so far too. We've kept it well above neutral, so I feel pretty good about that. His loyalty has dropped. Rat Surge's loyalty has dropped. Which one is Rat Surge? Oh boy.
Master Commander.
How do you deal with loyalty? I'm not quite sure. I know there's a chance if the loyalty drops too low, they will actually leave. I guess it's only dropped to 4. Improve it by winning battles, recruiting units, making diplomatic treaties, equipping items, or completing missions. Okay. Well, we're going to try to do a bunch of those things in the next few turns, so... That's going to be really helpful for getting down there quickly. No. Okay. Bonus loyalty or bonus public order? I'm going to go with the loyalty. That will actually be in place before our battles, which is helpful. And that is the end of the turn, so that's another turn down. We had 4 turns total. We should be able to build our Globadiers starting next turn. I'm looking forward to actually getting to fight. The real-time strategy fightiness is a very, very cool aspect of this game. It's very neat. It's also one that I am incredibly inept at. I definitely have a lot of room for improvement. One thing I need to do more is just pause battles more and get my orders set the way that I want. I have a fair grasp of generally what I want done, but they want us to break a military pact with one of their... I'm not too keen on doing that because I think they're more likely to be around longer than you are. So we're going to decline. We'll see if anything else comes of that. I'm curious where they have all this money. Oh my. These guys are straight up ready to give us a peace treaty. Yeah, I don't want a peace treaty. But the fact that they're willing to give us a peace treaty means that they're probably willing to give us a non-aggression pact, which, if they happen to be the victors of that war, would probably be wise for us to at least... Okay, Sword of Cain has been claimed by another force. He's gained a rank. Let's do the diplomacy with them right now while we're thinking about it.
Time grows short as to your lifespan.
I can't offer anything but a peace treaty? Huh. Oh, we're at war with that faction. Okay.
Your disrespect will be your downfall.
Payments. Yeah. We want, say, a moderate payment from you guys. No, they're saying that's a low chance of success. About 800. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now we're not going to have to worry about them attacking us right away without any warning. I'm not super concerned about that anyways, but I'll take the free money. Who do we have? Okay, the dwarves we're not too concerned with. These guys we don't actually have a trade route access to.
Bring
But
me
these guys we do.
Neferata's. Hush! When I sit on my throne, you can begin.
Okay. They're not likely to help us out with any trade.
Find my soul, mortal creature. I have many trinkets. What is your still be?
Nope. Karak Azul is showing as very, very weak right now. They must have just barely won this war.
We are brave, mighty.
I'm tempted to throw these guys into battle, and see what happens. We can always regroup this army. Do I want to go more looter? Inspiring presence is pretty important. Just to keep units from running away a little bit longer in the fight. We have really crappy units though, that's pretty worthless. Maybe we just go up the looter trail a little bit higher.
No fair's weak.
Kind of sniff out this garrison here. I think we could do some real damage. I don't think we'll actually win the fight, but it might be worth it. Alright, we should be able to recruit Poison Wind Globadiers. because they are expensive. It's a good thing we've been saving up our money. So we're going to grab 3 of those, and then we'll grab 3 more next turn. Ah, they take 2 turns to build. Okay, well... that might be all we get then. Yeah, that might be all we get because we've got to go. We don't have time to wait around 4 turns. I was only expecting 2 turns of recruitment total. That means that this whole delay may not have been really worth it for 3 Poison Wind Globadiers. I'm feeling really salty about that at the moment.
Mighty warrior champion.
Okay, the other thing we could do is we could pitch a couple of units from this army and also recruit some Wind Globadiers. It's going to take like 4 turns. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work either. Alright, we'll do that in a couple turns. We're just going to have to go and see what happens. The ranged units, again, are going to be pretty worthless. The only use that they really have is maybe getting after the other ranged units a little bit. I think even Dwarven ranged units are considered armored, though, so that's only going to be moderately effective. Ooh. Okay. Well, it looks like the Lizardmen are going to be winning this. Is this another silver hand? Maybe they have more than one. Alright, what are the dwarves doing? Anything? Okay, they do have 2 regions. He's saying join us in war against these guys. We're going to decline. One more turn and we can start heading out.
Master Commander!
Do I wait the 4 turns? I think we're going to run out of time if we do that.
Great Warlord!
I really kind of wanted to get that reward too, but I think my misplay earlier in not going for Wind Globadiers is going to cost us. I just don't think we can take the settlement of this puny, pathetic army.
On one command.
No. I think we're just going to continue to raid.
Move.
Queek could definitely move back into their territory and raid for a moment. If we switch to raiding.
Off ship. Raid. Raid. Move. Move.
See what happens with that. That gives us our food back. I'm pretty sure they're just going to march both armies up and attack us on their turn. But we'll see. There's a lot going on in the world. This is a truly incredibly large map with a lot of factions. It makes for a very interesting game, but it does slow the gameplay down a little bit. This will at least give us a chance to get a real good look at where they're at. So they have a level 3 and a level 1 general. They're mostly armored and shielded. Okay. Armor piercing units, so we want to keep our storm vermin away from these guys. Lots of just dwarf warriors, a set of miners, a set of thunderers, and a handful of quarrelers. And then we have, what is this, one unit of slayers and just a bunch of miners. Or, I mean, sorry, dwarf warriors. Okay. So the big axes definitely keep our storm vermin away from these guys. But that's really about it. So I guess the question is, if we attack them, let's say we run this battle right now, and we lose a bunch of units, but we manage to survive. We retreat into our territory, they probably back off, and we get a couple of turns to recruit new units into this army. We also get a better feel for how our units stack up against theirs. We just can't afford to lose, like, completely lose our army. I'm scared that we're going to lose too much if we fight this, but it might be worth it just to put our rats to use, and then it's getting harder to re-buy rats because they're more expensive now. Our 4 turns of really cheap rats are over. We're going to have a little extra time. I think this is fine. And if we win this battle by some miracle, we can actually complete that quest, although I don't think that's very likely. In fact, I think it's incredibly unlikely since he brought in his allies. It's this area again. I'm really tired of fighting in this particular map of terrain. But in this situation, maybe it works to our benefit, because I can keep my units back that I don't want fighting and force his units to come forward. So I can, like, put my cannon all the way back here. Is it Alt? Let's just swing this camera around. Alright, so I want my guy all the way up against the edge of the map here. See. Yeah, I need to rotate it just a little bit more. And I do not have mastery of this camera at all. Yeah, that's probably good. That covers everything. Alright, let's get over here and set the rest of our troops down. So we don't want our storm vermin really getting in this fight. So we're going to bring them back here. Okay. The rest of our units I don't really care that much about. I kind of want Queek back here too, and we'll just run away. But all the rest of these units can just be stacked up and thrown against the tide. Let's see, we want to rotate these guys at all? Where are these guys facing? Got them facing the right way this time? Yeah, okay. Now for the clan rats. Group these guys up here. Missile units in the back. Whoops. No.
Our tail's yours. Our tail's yours.
Clan rats can be over here. We'll have them try to skirt through the holes as the dwarves come through. Let's group these into groups. So this will be group 1. This will be group 2. Group 3. Group 4.
For the vermin tide. Storm vermin.
All right.
What?
Alright, let's see what happens here. Most of our units are going to just run away. That is the reality. But that's a fine reality, I think. Make sure this is set to fire at will. On the off chance. Okay. We don't want these guys chasing after anybody. Group 4. You guys can target their ranged units for now.
Clan rat spears. Attack. Ready. Fight. Clan rat spears.
We'll see what happens. Again, there's not a lot to this. It's just literally slam as many of our units into theirs as possible. Want some more in a few seconds. Get these archers preoccupied. Looks like their general's going to help out with that one. Just whatever. Let's see if we can't.
Now, ready, now! Onwards!
Get these guys more focused on a unit.
Slingers!
I don't really know what the ideal target is. I think almost all their units are shielded, so these great swords are not. Maybe we focus on them.
They flee! We run!
Get some units out here. This unit.
Ready! Ready! Quick! Quick!
And let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Get those guys back in the fight. Hopefully get some more units over here. Try to focus these guys on shooting. Alright, we're starting to rout. Yep, this is basically how I kind of anticipated this going. Alright, everybody's routing, and that's the end of the battle. Alright, we're gonna withdraw. So we softened them up a little bit. We're going to lose a bunch of our units, but that's fine. We didn't take any damage to our important units. And we did see that we were completely overmatched. Yeah, they didn't lose very much at all. A couple hundred units. But we did soften them up a little bit, so that's good. We can consolidate most of these. Preserve a few of these units, but for the most part we're going to try to replace them with better units. We should be able to do that pretty easily. So we should get pushed back into our territory.
Scurry away!
I don't think they're going to follow us. Yeah, they will not. Will they? Oh, this is bad. Okay. This is kind of what I was afraid of. I don't know that there's any point in fighting this. We're going to lose, and lose significantly. And I don't think there's any way around it. Do we want to draw it out and get as much done as possible, or just let the computer take it? I think I'm just going to let the computer wipe us out. I think the computer probably did about as much as we would have been able to do. That really is unfortunate. How many turns is Queek going to be wounded? We'll find out, I guess. So that was my concern from the beginning. Dwarves are just hard to deal with if you don't have armored penetration units. The fact that the computer did that is interesting to me. How many turns, though? It's not really telling me. Alright, well.
Stink of command.
The good news is we have more time for this.
Guide us, Horned One.
And we have 2 building slots available, so... I really want catapults. That's going to be 2 more turns of saved income, but we can do that. In 2 turns we'll get catapults unlocked, and that will be Queek's new army. Alright, we have the ability to do this, but now there's really no point in doing it, at least right away.
We are brave, mighty.
Yep, and we're just going to kind of hang out right here as close to our retreat settlement that we can be. So nothing going on with those guys. Where do I see objectives, diplomacy, technology, rights, Skaven corruption? Where do I see how many turns Queek is going to be gone? Queek Head Taker. Four turns. Okay, that's not that long. We have a new one. Determined, Sneaky, Weapon Master. Ooh, this guy would be a good pickup. Armor Piercing is really important against dwarves. Intelligent and aggressive. I do like the idea of that armor piercing lord coming on, since we are going to be focusing on dwarves for a while. Nope. We just need 2 turns of income in order to build catapults and then eventually storm vermin. That is definitely on the agenda. Now the big concern is whether or not they continue to push forward and take back the territory we pulled from the orcs earlier in the game. My gamble did not pay off. They've been such isolationists, I thought maybe they'd just kick us out of their territory and leave us alone, but that was not to be. Alright.
I grow stronger.
Rat Surge is loyal again, because we fought a battle, I guess, maybe. And it looks like we have an assassin, Mutton. Skaven assassins are elite killers in a class of their own. The art of sabotage, arson, poison, all form part of their deadly bag of tricks. Embedded hero. Increases replenishment of parent army by 8%. Increases public order by 1. Inflicts damage upon the garrison of the target settlement. Can assassinate a hero, or I can assault units in a target army. Okay. Welcome to the team, Mutton. Let's go ahead and send you south to scout, shall we?
This camp is scary.
I don't want any sneaky dwarves coming up my butt. Loyalty is +2. Hero recruited at Karaguru. Assassin. I don't think there's anything else massively important we need to consider.
Skaven warlord.
That army can just stay for now. That settlement can stay for now. We're running out of things to collect here, but I think we'll unlock some of them. Ferocious plans. We do have this unlocked. Let's go ahead and get this done, and then we'll switch it up. Actually, no, let's not. Let's do this, and then that. Yeah. This is actually really important. Clan rats are going to be a big part of what we're recruiting in the next few turns, so. Alright.
Too weak to betray.
Rat Surge. Definitely going to go with Route Marcher for now. And
This nest
we know what we're doing here, so it's one more turn. Because of that assassin being hired, it's now 2 turns. I could cut some army units.
My packs.
Let's see.
No blame.
Let's see if that did anything. Not enough. That cost is going to go down some too next turn, because these guys are going to be on the payroll. That is really unfortunate. So we're going to have to wait an extra turn. And there's not much I can do about it. Maybe we do some negotiations and diplomacy to try to make a little money. We don't need a lot. Maybe even just a couple hundred. I'm not quite clear on how important it is to rush something one turn faster in this game. In other games that I play, particularly 4X games, getting things done one turn more quickly can often be real critical. I have a sense that that's not the case in this game as much, though timing is still important. It's just on a slower pace. Yeah, we're like literally 50 some gold short. Maybe there's somebody we can talk to that would be interested in doing something for us. These guys.
Priest King of God, have you something to tempt me, Skaven? What has your
Military
gnome
access. Let's see.
You define me?
I don't like that one. Alright, whom else could I treat with? There is the last defenders. Ugh. They don't really look like they're interested in talking to us. Well, this might just be a futile effort. The other thing I could do, I guess, is sell a unit back. I think that gives us some gold. What do I get? Disband. Reduces the size of the army by too great of an extent. May lead to losing loyalty. Okay, well, yeah, we're not going to be doing that then. So it's literally just wait another turn.
Our clan will rise.
Driven by hunger. We're not building anything in any of these territories right now. Did we forget to move him? I hope not. I don't think that's the case. What do we got going on over here? Just some army movement, it looks like. These two armies are on the move. It looks like maybe the lizardmen took over that territory. I'm not certain. I'm quite surprised at how long the silver hosts have hung on this far. Usually your neighbors are pretty weak in an effort to give you a chance to kind of take them down and survive. Alright.
Silent killer, yes.
Scurry your way down to the Lost Plateau. I don't see any dwarves, so they must have gone back to lick their wounds. Maybe we can do something about that.
I lead.
This army can just sit here.
We are brave, mighty.
This city can sit. Not interested in that city. This city definitely needs to build catapults. 3 turns. Queek will be back in 1 turn, I believe. Where you at? Queek Head Taker, 1 turn will be available. It's going to cost 286. We'll have about 1400. This army is full.
Everyone watches me.
We could also... $6,750. That's expensive. And that is with the discount, I believe. Yeah. So it's gonna be a little while before we can get Storm Vermin. But not too many turns, hopefully. We're looking at probably turn 50 before this is all said and done, and I don't think we're going to get there today, unfortunately. Most of the factions that we've seen, we're doing pretty well in terms of being on pace with them. There's only a handful that I've seen that are, by the computer's calculation, stronger than we are. Queek Headtaker has returned from his absence and is once again ready for duty. Alright, Queek, where are you at? I don't see you.
Keep graceless scum away.
Alright, let's
All tales are mine.
put these guys in march mode, maybe? Does march get us where I want to go? Yeah.
Forth.
Can march to there.
Wounded one watches me.
We can actually march to... yeah. March to there, that's fine.
Rattergrass.
Queek Headtaker. We're gonna need some poison wind globadiers. I think I can get you in the city.
Soon now.
Okay. We're gonna need some poison wind globadiers, and those are gonna take some time, so let's get a couple of those made. That will give us time to get the clan rats buffed. And then...
Quick.
yeah, I can only do 2 this turn, that's fine. Let's also switch this from growth
Get your paws off.
back to recruitment. And we'll see how far we can get here.
Cunning scheming.
You leveled up again, so we're going to increase your looting capacity even more. And just let you continue to loot.
They had to do.
Okay, our assassin can continue south.
Scurry forward.
He doesn't have
Call me Death Master.
the actions that we can take with other ones. So I'm not quite sure how we... maybe we gotta be closer. Okay, that's going to cost money. Assault the garrison costs 500. We're going to try to do one of those, but probably not right away.
Don't think so.
He
Be
is
gone.
pretty much healed up, although he hasn't replenished to 20 stack.
Do you take me for a wizard?
He's got 22 units there and a garrison of about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. So he's running with about 30 units. If we can get 40 units with some storm vermin and some poison wind globadiers and some catapults, we have a good chance of actually taking that. Alright. The plan is coming together. Well, Plan B is coming together. Plan A failed miserably. And in all honesty, we may actually be somewhere like Plan C or D at this point. Things have not quite worked out like I wanted to. What? Hostile hero activity. Critical success. Assassinated mutton. Well, that sucks. My assassin got assassinated.
Yes, it is stronger.
Okay. Yep. A new right has been unlocked. Lords of Decay have spoken. New right available. The Pestilence scheme or the 13th scheme? Well, this would have been useful. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Warlord Quick-Hetica.
Queeks gained another level. Hero self-defense. Leadership. -1 loyalty for new recruits faction-wide. I'm not sure that's the one we want to go with right now. Draft Master. Yes, that is exactly what we're looking for. That's going to help get our army up and running.
8 beats is mine, mine.
Alright, we have some money and we definitely need to grab some more recruits. 1, 2. I only get one more of these on. The cost of these units is so expensive. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something here. Not 100% clear how we deal with this.
Stink of command. Hornet One watches me. Squad musket possession.
We might be able to catch one of these guys out. This is the hero that assassinated us. Okay. Well, now we have some defense in case they do decide to sneak out and come north. This is kind of killing me, though.
Our clan will rise.
This is costing me 721 in upkeep. You know, maybe we just do it.
Guide us, Horned One. I lead.
Silver hosts. Oh yeah, they're not gonna come and help us. That's fine.
Storm vermin attempt me. More slaves, more power. Fight, kill, death frenzy.
Let's see if we can't just starve them out. I don't know if that'll work or not, but we can't do that forever. The computer does have the option of sallying out the militia, I believe, or the garrison. So we'll see what they do. Maybe my impatience is getting the best of me. Alright, we have the option of retreating here, and they can't follow us because they are a garrison. Yeah, I think this was a bad idea. We'll just go back to raiding next turn. It is keeping our food and our money situation slightly better off than otherwise would be. And they don't seem to be able to mount any kind of a defense against it, so...
Skulk and raid. Scamper scurry.
Alright. Rat Surge has gained a trait.
Warlord quick head taker.
Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3 Poison Wind Globadiers. We're a couple turns away from being able to get catapults. Oh no, we have catapults. We're a lot of turns away from being able to get Storm Vermin. But we can build catapults. What else can we build that would be of use? Plus 60% income from all buildings, all regions in this province. This might be the time to grab this building. We can't do it this turn, but we could do it next turn if we don't buy anything right now. The cost of these armies is kind of killing me. I really need this army raiding.
Stink of command. Guide us, Horned One.
New technology, strengthen numbers, melee attack and charge bonus, or casualty replenishment. sounds like the better option since we're going to be fighting very soon. Higher attack does have a slightly better chance of getting through armor. Not so much the armor, but just the more chances you make them roll armor by not missing, the more likely you are to get something through. Alright, well we can get a bunch of clan rats, just... not this turn.
What now?
So, is that what I do? I just buy like 5 of these? I guess. My patience is wearing thin on this. I want to get something done and it's just not happening. Every time I try to get anything done, it backfires miserably. And yet we are moving forward. Like, we definitely made progress towards our goals. It's just taking a long time. Catapults are on the way. Queek's back to health. Storm vermin are on the horizon. Okay. Well. Do we want to retreat into our territory? I'm kind of curious how this is going to work. Alright, so I'm going to quick save this. And I'm going to auto-resolve just to see what happens. And then if the auto-resolve goes horribly wrong, we will load the quick save and decide whether we are going to fight this manually or retreat. So let's see what happens. Valiant defeat. Yeah, our... look at all those wind globadiers gone. Okay, that is not the kind of... not the kind of return I would expect. We only wiped out 4 of his units. Okay, so we're definitely not happy with that.
All inferior weak to
Load the
me.
quick save. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up today with this. Give myself some time to think about the decision of whether I want to retreat or fight. The problem we're going to have if we retreat is, if we do retreat, there's the same chance or opportunity that they had last time, where they just follow us and wipe us out anyways. By fighting the first battle, any troops that we have left over have a chance to potentially fight again and maybe do a little bit more. I'm also not quite sure how quickly the menace from below recharges. Right now we have 4 uses of this. If we get another 4 uses in the second battle, it would be better off to fight this losing battle now. Try to preserve as many of our wind globadiers as possible. But yeah, I think this is what we're going to do, is we're going to load the quick save next time, and we'll pick up here and I'll make a decision. So join us next Tuesday for Total War Tuesdays. This has been The Nose Plays, and unfortunately this wasn't an incredibly exciting 2.5 to 3 hours of video, but next time we'll have battles, I promise, because we're going to do this one more than likely. So we'll see you then.